to shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Welcome inside the Holiday Classic, played at Renaissance High School. It's day 2 and it's game 3. Chad Bush alongside Austin Sonnenberg getting set for the PSL Classic. It's Fordson taking on Detroit Southeastern. A couple of head coaches that are still finding out a lot about their programs, including James Wu Payne, who's in his first year trying to get the Jungleers on a winning streak here before the end of the year.
Yeah, and they're coming in matched up against a team in Fordson that, you know, they're kind of in a rebuilding year. They lost their best player last season and sending their first player D1, Mohammed Kabab. But, you know, they're ready to play, and they're going to show up here and they're going to play hard today.
Two teams that are hungry for a win. And you talk about Fordson, you talk about Southeastern. These are proud programs that are trying to get themselves right. A little things mix, match, some different. This is the time to really find out about your team. And rotations we're seeing in these tournaments, Austin, very heavy rotations to try to find out who your players are.
Right. It's key to keep these guys out of foul trouble. We saw in the last game, foul trouble was a big factor in who was able to play and who was able to get minutes, who was able to be an impact in the game.
Let's look at the starting 5 for the Tractors. It's Darwish at one of the guard spots along with Abdul Sader. Mustafa Adjelnabi at one of the guard spots. Babo Diallo and Mahdi Dabaje. Those are the starting 5 for Mo Baez in his second year. As we get a look at the Jungleers, 1-6 on the year, 0-3, rebuilding under James Wu Payne. And they'll roll it out like this. Dorian McCormick at one of the guard spots. Harden, the other guard, along with Barry Simpson. And it'll be Hayden Stein and Malik Dawson up front for the Jungleers.
Yeah, and you said it, Chad. You know, Southeastern really in a rebuilding year. They're off to a bit of a tough start, but, you know, Coach told me in a couple text messages that you know, they play hard, and they're going to come ready to play today. They really want to show out for this PSL Classic.
You're like Woj. You're getting texts middle of the night from coaches now. I mean, you're growing up before our very eyes, man.
Yeah, I think that was a 1 a.m. text conversation. So
there's some deep ones at that hour. Look at these two big boys jumping it up in the middle. I'll tell you what, there's some size. Look at Malik Dawson about to jump at 6'6", 230 against Mahdi Dabaji at 6'4", 210. We're underway. Tractors have it left to right in blue. Game 3 of this PSL Holiday Classic. We're proud to call it all here on the Prep. A little bit of a zone to start for the Jungleers. Dribble drive baseline, shot up too strong. Got his own miss. That's Abdul Sader, and he'll circle back and restart. Rip drive, wall up, and a bit of a body on the help. And ball out of bounds baseline right.
yeah, Chad, it looks like Fordson's going to be quite patient today, which is good. I mean, if they're going to attack this zone, that's pretty much what you got to do.
Good dial up on the zone defense, ball out of bounds play. Pressure, forced, turnover. Bobo Diallo, coast to coast with a most. And the Tractors have scratched the surface first at Renaissance High School.
It's a strong drive there.
He wasn't messing around. Went 93 feet. Pass is too low for the big boy to expect him to handle an errant and out of bounds.
You know, and Coach Payne said that was going to be a key for them today, taking care of the basketball. That's been their big problem over the first few games of the season, and they really need to adjust and feel the pressure that Fordson's going to give them today.
James Wu Payne, a guy that has had college coaching experience. He's also been an agent at the professional basketball level, a lot of experience. Mumford High, proud grad of 96. Lay in good. That's Dabahi. 4-0 Tractors. High on the right, this is Dorian McCormick, the 10th grader point guard, expected to be the head of the snake for the Jungleers. Top side to Harden, look down low. Too slow, Diallo with a pick.
Fordson playing tough defense so far.
Been active. Trappy, under their sneakerhead second-year head coach, Mo Baez.
Yeah, he says he owns over 100 pairs of sneakers.
James Payne has some competition today. He thought he was coming into this gym with the cleanest sneakers in the crew. Wu wants timeout. We'll take it with him. All Tractors early as we go to the break. 6-0.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
That's the Jungleers. And look, they're out of the DPS, the blue, Division II, 630 students at the great Southeastern High School. You might recall Percy Gibson. A lot of good ones have come through there. And they've got a lot of pride. Class A state champs runners-up in 2011 and 2013 under George Ward Jr. And he was the bench boss for Southeastern. And so many great players have been through there, including Percy Gibson.
Yeah, and we got a chance to see George Ward in action last night. His King Crusaders played quite the game.
Got a big win in their game against Saginaw United. Left corner splash, City. That's number 11. That's Adam Darwish, the junior gunslinger.
And I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Fordson's patience so far. They've been moving the basketball, finding an open shot every time down the floor, finding the right shot. I mean, whether it's a three or a layup, it's the right pass, it's the right shot.
It's easy to, criticize the shot result, but you're right. A lot of times it's, did they get in the right sets? Did they get the right motions you wanted as a coach? And that's exactly what's happened so far for the Tractors. We're fired up. Dribble, drive, kick, left block, lay in, good. Pretty feed and fine. That's Harden to the cutting Avams.
Yeah, we got to see some more out of that out of Southeastern. Dribble, drive, find the open man.
Pretty basketball. Jungleers scratch the surface at the 5-minute mark. Tractors playing around this 2-3 zone. James Wu Payne is Rob Murphy's brother. Of course we're going to see a 2-3 zone. Who'd have thought any differently? Rob will join us later for Western and Romulus and Renaissance against Country Day. Rip, drive, around traffic. Glasser's good. That's Mustafa Aljanabi, the senior guard, with a pretty move.
And that's a 45-second possession ending with a layup. Coaches don't want anything more than that. That is literally perfect basketball.
A lot of magic in sharing that basketball. It's a 5-second call. Turnover, too much time dribbling for McCormick. As you see Mo Baez. Nine-point lead, 4 minutes left. Right block, contact, got his man up, and the foul. Smart play by Dabahi.
Yeah, this 2-3 zone is a little bit different than a typical 2-3 you see. You're seeing a lot of action from that middleman coming out and attacking shooters almost, which is a little different, leaving the middle wide open quite a bit.
The old matchup zone. He learned that from his brother too. And it forces a miss here.
You know, when you have the defenders, a matchup zone is honestly one of the hardest to play against.
It is. Can't read it.
No.
It's hard to read.
But your defenders got to be everywhere all at once.
Yep, and on the same page.
Absolutely.
Madi Dabaji splits the pair, 12-2, Fordson on top. 5 from Dabaji to lead the way, 3 from Darwish. Shot short, out of bounds. Fortuitous hop for the Jungleers of Southeastern. They'll keep it ball out of bounds, baseline left. Harden triggers into Stovall. Frank Stovall, the freshman with a basketball. Kick to the corner, open 3, Splash City. Dorian McCormick, the 10th grader, with a big triple from the corner.
Yeah, good things happen when a ball touches the paint.
A lot of hands have touched it on that possession. Jungleers now force a turnover, their press. Rip out. Ajilnabi the other way, got his own miss and scored it. Mustafa Aljanabi.
Southeastern, just when you think they're starting to get back in it, Fordson just kills their momentum.
Pretty pass and a finish. That's from Harden again. That's Jordan Brooks on the basket, the junior. No time to waste. Fordson comes right back and answers. They've got a 9-point lead again.
Fordson proven, you know, they'll take exactly what you give them. They'll take the 45-second possession or they'll take the 5-second possession. They don't care. They just want a layup.
Yep. That was Darwish with the layup. His second bucket of the game. Darwish with 5. 3 Jungleers have scored. It's a 9-point game. Rock dribble kick to the corner. Hazimi on the drive, and it's a foul on the Jungleers.
Yeah, a bit of a bailout there. 5 was going in a bit under control, but you know, got the bailout foul.
It happens. Screen, open shooter, corner 3, no. And the rebound won out by the Jungleers. As James Wu Payne will check in a fresh face into the lineup. It's number 5, Hayden Stein, the 6'2" senior forward.
Yeah, this Southeastern team's got some good size. I'm pretty impressed with how big some of these players are.
Yeah, 6'5", 6'6".
6'6", 230. That's
6'4". Yeah, it's not just 6'6".
Yeah.
You're right, that 230. Corner kick around this Fordson tight 2-3 matchup zone, and that's a ball out of bounds and a turnover going back the other way.
Yeah, Fordson looks like they just want to speed you up. They want to force you out of your offense constantly. They just want you to play as fast as possible.
And it's working. They have forced some turnovers to the tune of 6 already. Shot up, whistle, and a foul, and creating a couple of shots from the line is Madi Dabaji again, forcing the action. Near clean block, but a little bit of body. As a fan enjoying his lunch. Will we have lunch today? Like that man. Is lunch on the way? Jam Jam was doing it all. She's doing stats, she's doing catering today. Here you are, color, and the show's going to hell in a handbasket. I kid.
Oh.
Appreciate you being on today.
Absolutely, got to be a Swiss Army knife.
That you are, sir. Shot up, no, but a foul. Mustafa forcing it again. Mustafa Ajilnabi has been a storyline early. He's been good in open space.
Yeah, he's been a force. He just wants to get to the bucket. It seems like that's all Fordson wants to do. You know, I think they've shot 2 3-pointers so far, but every other shot has been right at the rim. And as a coach, you're like, all right, keep playing.
Not settling. been an impressive start for the Tractors, who have their largest lead now of 11. And they're 7 of 11 from the floor. The Jungleers are an efficient 3 of 5 from the floor, but they've, obviously they're just 5 attempts in this game.
Yeah, that Fordson defense is keeping the pressure up, making it hard to even get a shot off.
It is. Ball handling efficient this time. McCormick's got that thing on a yo-yo. Foul is called. Jungleers are over the limit, but that's just the first team foul for the Tractors in this game.
Yeah, sound fundamental defense so far.
Near steal there. McCormick down the avenue. Floater short. Hazimi skies for the rebound. 60 seconds left in this fast-moving first quarter. It's been dominated by the Tractors. Shot no, out of bounds. And Brooks will watch it stroll out.
Yeah, first questionable shot I've seen Fordson take, honestly. You step into a 10 seconds into a possession, you can get that 20 seconds later. It doesn't matter. You can literally get that anytime.
Yeah. Patient, Southeastern patient here. They get it to the mid-post. Shot up, count it, and the foul. How about it? 2-4. That's Jordan Brooks, the junior. Clutch and timely, hoop and harp.
Yeah, impressive. Again, ball touches the paint, good things happen. That's all you really want as a team. Ball touches the paint, clears out everything else for you. Here it presents an and one.
And a living right roll in off that heel. Big three-point play gets it down to single digits. Just a 9-point game now, Austin. Diamond press is upon them.
Yeah, Jungleers have done a good job staying in this ball game, even though they've turned the ball over quite a bit to start. Bounced back and made some moves on offense.
They have. This Fordson team settling a bit the last couple possessions. Thanks to that stiff defense. Show go to the rack, got it. Fine move by Bobo Diallo with 4 seconds left. Jungleers have to hustle, 1 second, horn, and they won't get it off. Wave it off. Blackjack, 21 points for Fordson High School. They lead it by 11 over the Detroit Southeastern Jungleers. Back with more in the second quarter action for the PSL Holiday Classic on the Prep right after this. Welcome back. Chad and Austin back with you. Detroit Renaissance High School, 11-point lead for the Tractors of Dearborn Fordson. Pressure at the mid-stripe, and that's a turnover forced. How about the pressure defense? And the forced turnover from Floyd Shepard, the 10th grader coming off the bench.
Yeah, Jungleers coming out in the second quarter, they're going to force some turnovers. They're going to play some havoc defense.
Off a screen in the corner. Stovall Ball tipped in the backcourt, no violation here. Opening minute of the second quarter. Guy lost his shoe on the court. Got chucked into the second row. And no, it's not. It's still on the baseline.
Tried to throw it into the second row.
Yeah, hit the stanchion. So Fordson will get it back. Substitutions. Nabi will check out. No, he won't. He's back in the game. Abdul Sader checks back into the lineup for the Tractors. Rip, drive, stripped. Ball loose. Double team, and the Tractors make it burn with a lay-in from Ali Hazemi.
That is a fantastic find coming out of that scramble.
Yep.
Head on a swivel, find the open man.
Jungleers against this 2-1-2. Trouble, ball loose. And that greased up pill is going the other way. The officials pointed both ways. And it's going the way of the Tractors.
I don't think we've talked enough about all-time mascot matchup we got here. You know?
The Tractors and the Jungleers, two of the best nicknames in the state. Corner three, rise, fire, bang. Adam Darwish. He's done it 3 times now. He's got 8 points. And he gets a steal here and a frustration foul over the back. And Fordson starting to pull away now, up 16. James Wu Payne's going to go to his bench and bring in a couple new faces.
Yeah, you know, I've been really impressed with Fordson's on-ball defense so far. They probably over these first 2 days, it's been some of the best on-ball defense collectively as a unit that we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, they look to have that energy and cohesion all working as one. Timeout on the floor, clock adjustment. It's been a smooth sailing day for the PSL Holiday Classic.
We got some more later.
We do. We've got 3 more games. We're going to bust over to the girls' side after this. The Lady Phoenix against the Flint Carmen Ainsworth Ball Club Cavaliers. Took me a minute. Sorry, Chase Kaufman. I know that's your town. My bad. Those times I wish I was on headset, you know? Under 6 minutes to go. 16-point lead. Jungleers need a bucket. Open corner 3. Stovall needed it, didn't get it. Run out. Darwish. No. Southeastern now with a 3-on-3. They want to run. Jaden Brooks. And he lost it out of bounds for a turnover. That's been the trouble, Austin. 10 turnovers so far in this game for Southeastern.
Yeah, it just seems like the Jungleers want to go before they get the ball. You know, they're looking, and then last second, eyes away, balls through the hands. It's happened several times here today.
Yeah, that open court is enticing. Attack with a left hand, shot short. Held up at the rim by Evans. Pull up, 15-footer. And here comes Hazemi and the Tractors, up by 16 points, matching their largest lead. 3 ball, dead spot right, Darwish again, no. And a big boy rebound ripped off by Ezeranta Evans. Shot up, no, but a foul. And that trip to the line is earned by Keyshawn Harden, who's played a fine floor game today for Southeastern.
Yeah, Harden's getting to the basket pretty good. You know, he's really keeping Southeastern in this game. His ability to attack and get to the paint, definitely the only thing offensively that Southeastern can look to and build on.
5 points for Brooks to lead the way in this game. 3 for McCormick. Count that free throw. 1 more coming for the Jungleers senior guard, Keyshawn Harden. Babo Diallo will check out. And Madi Dabaji will check back in. He's got it right block. Kicks out against the undersized player, and that's because he's got a better option, and that's Darwish from the corner. Darwish has 11 to lead all Tractors.
Yeah, I tell you what, Darwish has got a great-looking three-point stroke out there. He's missed a couple, but I think he's got 3 now at this point.
Yes, he does. Floater up, short, over the back, rebound, stick back, good. How about that play? And the springboard from Evans. Ezarante Evans. Drive no, stick back, contact no call. Dabaji missed it. Good rim protection by the Jungleers. Kick back, Evans 2 straight, no. Got his own miss and draws the foul.
Yeah, that's good work inside by the big fella. I ain't gonna give up until you get me to the line or that ball goes through the hoop.
Here you see it. Relentless pursuit.
Yeah, he said, I'm just bigger and stronger than everybody here. I'm gonna go get this rebound.
Yep. And gets rewarded. Free throws for the Jungleers. A perfect 3 of 3 on the day from the stripe. Again, not shooting bad. 6 of 14.
Yeah.
It's just they've shot 8 less shots than Fordson because of the turnovers.
Yeah. And that's just never a recipe to win a basketball game.
Yep. What happened here?
Looked like a 10-second violation. He refused to shoot the free throw fast enough. Not something you see every day.
Wow. Okay. Well, sometimes you got to take your time and make sure it's right, but man, oh man.
Little Giannis Antetokounmpo syndrome there.
Yeah, well, maybe he wants some camera time on the prep. I don't blame him. How about that? Offensive rebound and a reset thanks to the hustle from who else? Harden. Jump shot, no. Evans over the back, and he'll get busted for that one. And that'll force James Payne to go to his bench. And he will check in Tyrell Williams at 6 foot 255.
Yeah, we said they got some big fellas on the court.
They do.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's one that they're going to be able to move around in there.
No. No, sir. We'll see how they survey this defense. Mo Baez is on the court walking up with his guard as the 6th man.
He just wants the ball. He wants to get out there and play too.
Oh, yeah. Fine player in his own right. Right wing 3, Darwish again. Ball loose on the deck. Alertly picked up by Brooks, and he's fouled. That's going to go on Adam Darwish, the junior guard.
Yeah, you can tell this Fordson team really thrives when they're getting him the ball, getting him shots on the offense.
Screen to the bucket, blocked from behind. And a fine play by Ali Hazimi. That block from behind is always a little tricky.
Yeah, does a good job not coming down on him too hard, staying almost straight up and, you know, letting him bring the ball to him.
Yep. Little pick and roll. Shot missed, but a good look for Tyrell Williams. Back the other way we go. Tractors by 15. There's a ball loose on the deck. Jungleers double team, stifling defense, the triple team. And a timeout as Mo Baez senses blood in the water. We'll take a timeout with them. So with 2:51 to go until halftime, it's the Tractors with a 15-point lead over the Jungleers.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Chad Bush, Austin Sonnenberg with you. 2:51 to go, 15-point lead. And late substitution. Mo Baez is going to go pull out Ali Hazimi. Late decision. Bounce pass left block, and that's a block. That's a jump ball, and that's going the other way. That's Tyrell Williams sticking his hands in there, and look at him shaking his head on the way back.
Big fella says, not in my paint.
So, with 2:42 to go, Southeastern trying to get something going offensively. Rip drive kick, and that was a little too hot, a little too tall, a little too mustard. But it was tipped out of bounds by Madi Dabaji. Inbounds to the elbow, pass low, and nobody's taking that rock away from my man. However, it's stolen in the corner, despite the good effort by Tyrell Williams. Left point, left corner. Rip, drive, Ajelnabi, tip back, good. That's Mustafa Ajelnabi.
Yeah, you know, that jump stop's super impressive. You see a lot of guys get into the paint, you know, nowadays, and they'll land 1-2, 1-2. You just can't do that.
Yep.
Firm, 2 feet right at the same time. That's what you want to see.
Yeah. Third foul for Darwish. So the leading scorer for the Tractors is going to have to check out of this game. Into the ball game comes number 24. That's Ahem Rashid, the senior at 5'9". The blow by, the floater. Tough miss, rim out, stick back, good. That's Floyd Shepard. That gets us back to a 15-point game. 95 seconds left until halftime. Rip, steal, that's Stovall, 2-on-1 developing. Pass to the right block, swatted. Harden had it swatted by Dabaji. And now has it stolen, but not without a foul. And that'll be the 15th foul, and that means free throws coming for Southeastern.
Yeah, you can see it in just the minute that Darwish has been off the floor. It really does affect Fordson's ability to play offense and defense. And, you know, he does get hit with a bit of a ticky-tack foul there, but, you know, when your best players go off the floor, it really affects everything. It affects the cohesion of your team.
It does. Darwish has been a big piece of the cog in this machine. So 2 free throws coming for Keyshawn Harden. It's double bonus time, 5 fouls for the Tractors. Free throw up and good. It's been an efficient free throw performance for the Jungleers, 4 of 6 in the game. And he knocks that home as well. Fordson back on offense, and a travel call. Hussein Abdul Sader took off before he had firm positioning. And Southeastern's making this offense think a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 possessions without Darwish and 2 turnovers.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're missing your point guard and bad things start to happen.
That's it. Drive, floater, short. Offensive rebound, stick back strong. Got his own miss. Trying for the money ball. Off the mark. And the Tractors pull it away and say there will be no third attempt here. And that's a turnover. And you mentioned it. Darwish leaving the ball game and the pressure here applied results in a turnover. Floyd Shepard forced it.
Yeah, Southeastern playing great Havoc defense, honestly, right now. They sense that the point guard's out of the game. They sense that they can get after him a little bit more right now, and they're doing just that.
Yep. Ball mishandled by Williams, regathered by his teammate Stovall. Attack floater just off the mark, no good. Rashed with a rebound, and here comes Fordson, unsettled. But they do have a 13-point lead with 24 seconds left.
Yeah, and that is settling in some sense, you know. When you look up at the scoreboard, you say, we're still winning by a bit.
Yep. Gives you a teaching point at halftime. Hey, it was a sloppy end of the half, but we are up 13. Let's relax. Shot up off the glass, and that's a backbreaker at the buzzer. Count the bucket from Mustafa. 33-18. It's a 15-point lead for the Dearborn Tractors. Dearborn Fordson Tractors over Detroit Southeastern. Austin and I are back shortly to give you all the stats and highlights from the first half as the PSL Holiday Classic rolls on from Renaissance.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car, federally insured, we're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
A collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Some highlights of this first half. A first half that saw Fordson jump out to a big lead. We get up 11-2, but then Southeastern would make a little bit of a run. And yeah, there was some duck-ins. The Tractors were having their way. And then things tightened up a little bit defensively, Austin. What was the biggest change that you saw before the Jungleers went on their run right here?
You know, it was, you saw Darwish hit the 3 there. It was him getting out of the game. He picked up his 3rd foul, and 5 in high school, that forces you to sit the bench the rest of the first half. And, that really made the Jungleers, gave them the ability to come out on offense and, kind of score the basketball a little bit and then put some pressure on the team on defense as well.
They did that. Young man's enjoying his grub. We're going to enjoy ours soon as well. And some selfless basketball as well from Southeastern. When they had their core guys together, they were able to get some things accomplished. And look, what do they have to do now, down 15 points in the second half to start this thing off?
They got to stay aggressive. We saw at the end of that first half, they started getting more paint touches. They started getting more active on the dribble drive. And that's really what they need to do to be able to build some offense in this game and build some momentum.
Yeah. Looking inside the numbers, 11 points for Darwish, even though he didn't play several minutes, Austin. As you noted, it was a significant drop-off. 10 points for Agil Nabi and 6 points for Dabaji to lead the Tractors. Meanwhile, the other side of the coin, the Jungleers are led by Brooks's 5 points, 4 for Hardin, 4 for Evans. And Evans also had 4 rebounds in this first half. Chad Bush, Austin Sonnenberg from the PSL Holiday Classic. It's game 3 of 6 today. Chase Kaufman is your executive producer. Here we go. Right to left, the Tractors in blue and gold against the Jungleers in purple and gray. Backdoor, no sir. Airtight defense to start for Southeastern. And Fordson still in a little discombobulation mode.
Yeah, and you can see, you know, the early success that Fordson had moving the basketball, making good smart passes, good plays, making sure people were in the right spot. They're not doing it quite as much here. They're not moving the ball quite as effectively, and it's having an impact.
Yep. And they handle that double team. Short corner right, duck in, shot, good. How did he get that off? Dorian McCormick, the 10th grader, gets us back to a 13-point game.
Yeah, you know, I think 6'6", 230 Malik Dawson clearing some space in there had something to do with that.
Where is my man Ben? He's back in there. He runs the floor well, too. Creates some more space. Kick right corner, 3-ball, no. Out of bounds, and it goes back the way of the Tractors. The Tractors out of the KLAA. Southeastern out of the PSL, of course. Dead spot right, Darwish, and that magic is gone. Fortuitous bounce for Agilnabi. The jump shot is broke, and here come the Jungleers left to right. McCormick, kick, corner, southpaw, rainbow 3, no. Big boy rebound, kick out 3, no. And the Tractors come away clean somehow.
Big fella's got to go up with that basketball.
Yeah.
You know, he's biggest guy out on the court by 3-4 inches.
I'm with you. Another stop for Southeastern. McCormick on the run, high in the left. Down right point hard and down low, laying good. There he is, Malik Dawson on a fine feed. And don't look now, it's a 4-0 run for the Jungleers to start things in the second.
Yeah, the Jungleers are, you know, coming out in the second half exactly how they finished the first. Havoc defense and smart offense.
Dawson with a rebound, McCormick with a run out. Start, stop, shot, deflected. And off the backboard. Agilnabi the other way, no. Wave it all off, it's a travel. And the Stein defense had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, it did. And, you know, I praised him earlier for making a 2-foot jump stop. And, you know, he comes down in the second half and puts it right back in my face that he can't land on 2 feet and gets that travel called on.
Yes, that broadcaster's jinx. Well aware of that one. Little press here. Quick throw ahead to Stovall. And a whistle and a foul on the floor, I think. Yeah. They're going to get Fordson's number 1. That's Madi Dabaji. And Mo Baez hates the call for a couple reasons. Number 1, it's ticky-tack. Number 2, it's his 3rd foul. That's big.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough call to take for sure.
Dribble, drive, Glasser, good. Weaving his body, weaving his way. Keyshawn Harden has his Jimma jumping. A run for the Jungleers. Wu Payne's got him wooing here at Renaissance.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back in. You know, we got a couple games coming up here. The PreP Holiday Classic. Coming up next, we got the Renaissance girls basketball team. Lady Phoenix take on Carmen Ainsworth. Western and Romulus after that. Rob Murphy and Chad Bush on the call for that one. And we'll close it out here tonight with, you know, Renaissance against Country Day.
That'll be a fun one.
Yeah, Renaissance has looked real good early on this year.
They have. Are they the team to beat in the PSL?
I mean, when you put up a game against Cass like they did, it kind of puts a target on your back.
30-point win against Cass. We'll see how that goes. PSL tournament and championship we'll cover. Looking forward to that. Mustafa's going to have to earn it line left, and Malik Dawson made sure of that.
Yeah, that's what you call an immovable object.
It is. The free throw is down. We didn't see a ton of him, and look, I mean, Dawson may not be your typical guy that can press and play big minutes, but I mean, he's shown the ability today to get up and down the court, hustle, and be a factor down low. Let's see if they go back to the big fella. Left corner, open three, just long. Off the pretty looking stroke from Barry Simpson, the senior at 6 foot. 11-point lead. Southeastern has shown the ability to get stops and also confuse Fordson.
Yeah, just a little bit of pressure on the ball there, and it forces Fordson to make a mistake. And, you know, they were doing so well early dealing with that pressure, but not so much as of late.
No, sir. Jaden Brooks returns to the lineup, the sophomore at 5'8", $140. This is Frank Stovall, the freshman, and a glimpse into the future. In and out with a shot. Big boy rebound, brought it down and got fouled. Some prime minutes for Malik Dawson, the junior center at 6'6".
Yeah, you can see the difference he's making just in every possession, offensively and defensively. You know, he's forcing the ball out of the paint on defense and taking up space on offense, getting offensive boards like that and putbacks like he just did.
Who is this masked man? Malik Dawson's his name, and is coming out parties today at Renaissance. It's a 9-point game. There's a strip and a rip, and that's thanks to the sticky hands from Brooks. 3-on-2 developing. Stovall laying good. It's down to 7 points. An 8-0 run for the Jungleers, and they're feeling it.
Smart play there by Darwish to, you know, force that ball off of the defender to keep the possession. Really all he could do there.
Love the energy. A lot of that's to do with the energy of the head coach. James Wu Payne, see him working that sideline too.
Yeah, and he's keeping his bench engaged too, and that always hypes up the team.
Sure it does. Good pressure near sideline. There you see James Wu Payne in his first year, building a program here at Southeastern. Has some great coaching pedigree, has never been a head coach. He says, look, I've never been a head coach. I don't know. I'm going to go at this thing. But I know basketball, I know kids, I know leadership, and you can see that coming to fruition here for this young rebuilding group.
Absolutely. It's hard to keep a team engaged when you come out the way the Jungleers did today. I mean, they were down, what, 15 points early?
Yep.
It wasn't looking great offensively or defensively, and they've really turned it around from really the second quarter on. It's been a completely different ballgame.
Really has. Around tight defense, a looping lay-in, no good. Great sportsmanship there. Brooks will help Abdul Stater up before he goes to the line. Fine crafty drive by Abdul Stater.
Yeah, it's a hard foul. Brooks says, you know, I'll foul you, but you ain't getting a layup.
And he didn't, but he did get his third foul. And so that's a bit of a concern for James Payne as the Tractors miss a free throw.
Dawson with another huge rebound there.
Yes, sir. Rolls into the paint, gets it down to Dawson, easy lay-in. How about it?
A man amongst boys.
He really is. It's back to a 5-point game. Hasn't been this close since the opening minutes. Oh, the run. 12-2 run to start this second half for the Southeastern Jungleers, playing with some juice.
Yeah, you could feel it in the gym. You know, the momentum is just entirely on the side of Southeastern right now.
Yep. There's a loose ball, hit a spring, tight defense caused it, 3-on-4, pull up 15-footer, cash money. That's Keyshawn Harden. It's a one-possession game, and Mo Baez wants timeout in Detroit. He'll take a full. We'll take it with him. 35-32, here come the Jungleers from Southeastern.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
There you see that Southeastern huddle. And boy, is it cold outside, but it's hot in that huddle. And James Wu Payne's got his boys playing together and for each other right now.
That is a fact. You know, Malik Dawson's had quite an impact on this second half, and you see him staying in the game here. He's played some big-time minutes here for a big fella, and, you know, 6 minutes into the second half, and he's still on the floor.
It's been fun to watch. Been one of the good stories in this game. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Reverse layup, no, there is a seal on that thing for the Tractors, and it continues. And we've got a foul on the floor. But through all that, the Jungleers have just kept that ball out of the cylinder at all costs.
Yeah, they're playing smart defense. I mean, that you get the foul there under the paint. That's fine. But, you know, they're straight up in the air almost every time they drive. Even Malik Dawson on that drive right there, contesting the reverse layup and making sure to stay away from fouling.
Jungleers in a little bit of a zone here. 2-3 extended. Where have we seen that before? There's a pick. Is it a pick six? No, it's a pick two. The other way. Jordan Brooks. It's a 1-point ball game.
And switching up these defenses on them, and you can see Fordson just confused. They're confused on offense. They don't know where to attack.
And that stops the run. Hussein Abdul-Sader stops it, but it's still a 3-point game. And that is a double dribble that Stovall, the rookie, got busted for. And James Wu Payne wants to take a brief timeout. We'll take it with him. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. The Jungleers have owned this quarter. They come out on fire with a 16-4 second half. Back with more right after this.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Yeah, the shoe game is strong up at Renaissance. That's Mo Baez. Some good-looking kicks. Some Jordans, I think.
Yeah, you'd be correct on that one.
All right, I was safe there. And look at Wu. Wu's representing well, too. He's got some nice kicks. Those are Jordan 1s, according to Chris Armani Rose. Some good shoe game going on.
Yeah, and Coach Baez, he's a self-proclaimed sneakerhead, shoeaholic, whatever you want to call him. Over 100 pairs. And he said he actually ran a business with his older brother growing up, shoe business.
Nice. Well, it's a hot biz. And he's advertising a nice pair himself. So is James Wu Payne. We saw the Flaming Hot Cheetahs earlier today from one of the players. Some nice kicks on our crew today as well. Nice pass, right block, foul. But how about the find and the fire from Harden to set it all up?
Yeah, Harden's having a really effective second half. He may not be in, leading scorer or anything, but you can tell he's leading this team in this charge. And, as good as other players have been, without him, they wouldn't be in this ballgame.
Little flair there, that pass too, some confidence. Brooks misses the free throw. It's a 3-point game, 80 seconds left. Jamie Janssen, with every missed free throw, begins to get more impatient.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody hate missed free throws more than Jamie.
Shot short, offensive rebound, stick back, yes! That's Evans again. Ezerante Evans with some juice off the bench and a second chance opportunity.
Yeah, the other big fella checking in and saying, hey, I can make an impact too.
Uh-huh. It's funny how that competition thing is real. Good, healthy competition amongst teammates, but you're right about that. It's a good point. The guy whose minutes he had in the first half are no longer available after the way Mr. Malik Dawson performed. He needs a blow, though.
Yeah.
But don't think they're not going back to number 25 soon enough. Here's another look at the, I don't know, was it a timeout?
No, they called a foul, but a bit ticky-tack there. I mean,
yeah.
2 runs into the back,
Yeah. Well, it was in front of the Fordson bench.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's influence there, right?
Right.
Not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. It just seems to be too common of an occurrence.
Yeah, coach is right there saying, hey, that's a foul. That's a foul.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Much easier selling point. Count it. That's Darwish who gets back into the scoring column after he was stymied in the early stages of this quarter. He's got 13. Contact, no call, letting him play. No look pass, right block, spin, short corner, shots good. Agile, athletic, and Ezerante Evans at 6'5", the junior with a big shot. It's a 1-point game again.
Yeah, and Harden with another assist down there. I mean, he has been impressive, not only just getting to the paint, but distributing for his teammates to be effective in this game.
Mm-hmm. Leadership showing out in that young man's performance. Ball out of bounds play. Darwish off a screen for 3, long, funky bounce, and it goes right into the hands of Dabaji. And it's a big bucket to get this back to a full possession lead with 23 seconds left.
Yeah, a bit of an unlucky bounce there, but let's see if Fordson can capitalize on that.
How about this bailout job? Oh my. Evans is becoming that guy after the poor pass he collected and picked up his teammate. 1-point game.
Battle of the big fellas today.
It is. Shot up at the horn, no good, out of bounds, and that's how the third will end. A third that was owned by the Jungleers of Southeastern, 22-8. They put out the most points in a quarter today. We're coming back with a fourth. It's been a fun one. Don't miss it. Back after these. Well, how about the breakout in the third in the battle of the centers? You called it. Ezerante Evans has been special. Number 23, Austin, has brought the juice to the Jungleers here in the second half.
Yeah, seemingly their sixth man. You know, he comes in, checks in, gives Malik Dawson a spell. Really played in the whole first half for him, but he was effective there in the third quarter. And a couple buckets late to keep his team in the game and really give him a chance to win here at the end.
Tough catch to ask for there, and that's going to be a turnover, and that is not on Evans.
No. It's a tough catch, but one you really want him to make, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've seen him make it. Meanwhile, Malik Dawson just brewing over on that bench in a good way. Resting up. Attack, bounce, no, couldn't finish. Over length, yes. Johnny on the spot. Ali Hazimi, the junior, with a finish. Probably not the shot they wanted, but the freshman Frank Stovall misses the runner.
It's tough because you're so open in the middle of the paint. You want that floater, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one coming full speed.
That's a foul on Evans. That's his fourth. And no problem. They've got a backup for him.
And a good one at that.
Yeah. His name is Malik Dawson. 8 points, 4 rebounds in this game. And 1 foul only, so he's got some to burn down there. And the big boy can move, by the way.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with his hustle today. He gets up and down the floor.
Another guy that, I mean, and shame on us for not knowing this, but, I mean, I wonder if he's tried football.
You just see offensive or defensive line. I mean, you want left tackle out of that. That's what you want.
It's a $10 million a year left tackle.
That's what I'm saying.
Splash City from the corner. Ali Hazimi with a zinger when they needed it the most. The Tractors have doubled their lead in Detroit.
Yeah, that's a big shot. That's a momentum killer. That's going to set the tone here.
Topside triple, no. Offensive stick back, no. Despite the great hustle from Brooks. 6-point Tractor lead. They're trying to get to 4-3. Get back on the winning side of things. 1-0 in their conference, the KLAA. They play out of the East.
Yeah, and they've been an interesting team today. You know, the first quarter they came out hot. They came out looking phenomenal, sharing the rock, moving it constantly, and since then it's been a bit up and down.
It has. Oh, that greased pill popped out of the hands. Number 5, Ali Hazimi, and the turnovers mounting up. Dearborn is overcoming the loss of their top player in program history, who got a full ride scholarship to Central Michigan, Mohammed Habab. And he was the first Tractor to sign a full Division I basketball scholarship in 60-plus years at Fordson. As we see that turn and burn by the Jungleers on the baseline. But look, I mean, you got to overcome that. That's a big piece that you relied on last year, and Fordson's having to reset and adjust there.
Yeah, and, you know, it looked like no problem early on, but, you know, they kind of made me eat my words a little bit and come back, and they've had a little bit of struggle.
Yep. Turnover. James Wu Payne coaching them up, saying value that basketball.
Yeah, there's nothing that coaches hate more than just turnovers, unforced turnovers.
14 for one team in the Jungleers and 13 for the Tractors in this game. Missed shot, got his own rebound, wanted the call, didn't get it. Missed shot by Dabaji. How about that? McCormick with a floater, get out of here. Oh, baby. Dorian McCormick, the 10th grader at 5'4", making his mark in this game.
Yeah, he's got some nice handles.
He sure does. Jungleers a little lost defensively. Can't lose Darwish. He'll burn you. One-hand athletic rebound to reset it by Mustafa.
Yeah, Darwish's foul trouble has really hurt his ability to shoot the basketball today, out of rhythm.
Yep. Missed shot, ball loose, stolen away, Tractor sticky with it, and they get the third shot on the trip. It's a charm, and it's a big one, and it's back to a 6-point bump with 5 to go.
Yeah, Malik Dawson there secures the board, but he's got to do a better job of just being strong with the basketball, waiting for his point guard to get open.
Little Euro step, no, got his own miss. Kick out, 3-ball, Splash City. Says we'll get a better option. Cuts the lead in half, triple for Jaden Brooks. And the 10th grader's got his first points of the day, and we've got a timeout. 4.5 to go. The PSL Holiday Classic. Thanks so much for watching here on the Prep. Back with more after these.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
.45, Chad and Austin back with you from Detroit Renaissance High School. It's game 3 of 6. Coming up after this, it's the Lady Phoenix, Detroit Renaissance against Flint Carmen Ainsworth, followed by Detroit Western and Romulus. And then at the 7:45 hour, it's Renaissance against Country Day for the final game of this 12-game tournament. It started yesterday at Cass Tech, and today it will end at Renaissance. It's been a good one. It's been fun.
Yeah, some absolute highlight plays over the last couple days.
Now, you do a great job. You run our social media as well, so I want to thank you for that. You do a great job. You work very hard at it. And tell us about what we're seeing with some of the social media feedback here in a moment. There's a block, Malik, and then it's thrown away. Leak ahead, Darwish, the duck, and the finish. And that sequence is a 5-point Tractor lead. How are we doing on the views of the dunks?
Yeah, last time I checked, we were just over 105,000. That's actually our first social media video to break 100,000 views.
Wow.
So big deal for us.
That is a big deal. Offensive foul. Standing in, taking the charge, and a timely one is Jaden Brooks. How many times have we talked about Jaden Brooks today, the 10th grader? And that's 4 fouls as well on Darwish.
Yeah, you know, Darwish, that's a tough call. That's a really tough call to take, but, you know, you can't be out of control going to the basket, and that's really what you get called for there.
Yeah. Double team. McCormick gets out of it. Attack Brooks. Sharing to the Sugar. Corner 3. Splash City! Keyshawn Harden, the senior. And it's a 2-point ball game with 3:20 left.
What a ball game it has been. You know, Southeastern, it's felt like they've been out of it a couple times, and it's a 2-point game.
Really has. They just stuck around. Harden throw ahead. The tie. Got it. We're tied at half 100. Laying good by Brooks. How opportunistic there. Brooks now with 5 points. Falls down hard. We hope he's okay. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Looks like he hit it back of his head on the floor as he was coming through.
Yeah.
Something I've experienced myself and never feels good.
Yeah. Well, while they attend to the injured player, Jaden Brooks, we'll step aside. Tie game at 50, 3 minutes left. Seems like a good time to step aside and come back. Or not. He's all right. And that's good to see. James Wu-Payne helping up one of his young men and players. Here's another look, Austin, at the replay.
Yeah, great finish. Honestly, could have got a foul called there at the end there. I mean, he came through after the shot, but he got him good. Good enough to knock him off balance.
He did. That's Jaden Brooks, the sophomore at 5'8". Brooks now with 7 points in this game.
That's it. It feels like more. He has been impressive in all aspects, honestly.
Sure has. You got Jaden Brooks and Jordan Brooks. So I think I've combined them in my head a couple of times.
I probably have
They
too. Now
combined
that you say
14 points. I start thinking, yeah, you're right. Jaden Brooks and Jordan Brooks. Well, they have combined for 12 points and 5 rebounds. Let's get another look at the replay.
Yeah, a heart attack. And honestly, Dawson goes straight up there. You don't really ask too much more of your big man. You want him to keep his body square. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Square, straight up, wall up, and don't lean.
Yeah, that's how you avoid that foul call.
There you see Mo Baez, second-year head coach. Both free throws are good for DeBajny. Backcourt pressure. Stovall, the freshman, says no big deal. Rip, drive, rejected. Out of bounds, and a little flex after by Hussein Abdul-Sader.
Yeah, that's a big block from a little man. He got up.
He did. So, 52-50, and a steal on the inbounds. Big steal, Abdul-Nabi. Back the other way, rejected. Brooks returns the favor, and the Tractors wanted a foul there.
No, that's just good hustle defense. He says, oh, my boys are in trouble. I got to hustle back. I better get this.
Love to see it. Yeah. Jordan Brooks. There's a whistle, and that's a foul. And the officials want to make sure they get it right. 52-50. What a ball game we've had. The Tractors have been up by 10 in this game. As we get another look at the whistle and the foul. And I think it's going on Brooks. But we'll see. The officials, some confusion here. What do you think's happening?
You know, it's hard to tell.
Jets are buddies? Are they talking about what pizza choice?
You know, that's what we're talking about up here. I don't know about them.
That's going back to Fordson, whatever they decided. And James Wu Payne wants an explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish we could get one up here, too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can't watch the replay again and see it from the beginning of what happened. By the way, your officials in this ball game are Abasi Sanders, Jim Marker, and Ryan Aaron.
Yeah, and they've done a good job today. You know, I honestly haven't seen any calls that I really truly disagree with. So it's the mark of a good official.
I agree. agree. Whistle and a foul. That's on the floor.
Yeah, Southeastern getting themselves in a little bit of trouble.
So with a 2-point lead, the Tractors will try to extend it here, Austin, with Abdul-Sader at the free throw line. And it's 2 shots, and the officials say it's 2 shots. It's 2 shots now. There's never just 1 shot. By the way, your officials, I apologize. I had the wrong game. Michael Foster, Aaron McDaniel, and Brian Smith. Brian A. Smith. And the miss, and the offensive rebound off the miss, and the hustle by DeBajny, and the steal by Southeastern. Floater, got it! Back to a 1-point game. Timeout, James Payne. Back and forth we go, 53-52, and the Jungleers just won't go away. That defense creates more offense.
Yeah, havoc defense. That's what they've been playing all game. You know, attack the ball, attack the man with the ball, and that's perfect.
Dorian McCormick, count it. And he's got 7 points now. Let's reset this thing. This was a first quarter that was dominated by Fordson. They led 21-10 at the end of one. Fordson would come out in the second and also win the second. And it would be a 33-18, a 15-point lead going into halftime. Southeastern would come out and really change things in the third quarter. They'd put up 22 points and outscore Fordson 22-8, and we're dead even at 12 in this fourth quarter. You get a look at Jay Alexander and Anika. Got all the stars in the house, the PSL's finest. And they've been very good to us. We appreciate it. Anika McEvans and Jay Alexander, two of the finest. Those are the Lady Phoenix. They're warming up in the tunnel, getting ready. This is their home court. They're saying, hurry up, guys. We want to get on our court. They've been good hosts so far, and they've got a big game against Flint Carman Ainsworth. Yeah. Are the Cavaliers in the house yet?
You know, I haven't seen them yet.
Jamie's worried. She's tracking.
I'm sure she is. She needs a roster still, and then that's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we might be able to put together a squad if they don't show up.
Is that a Prep versus the Lady Phoenix matchup?
I mean, you know, we get waxed. But,
absolutely.
But you know, I think we could roll out there.
That's back-to-back city champion Lady Phoenix to us, eh?
Oh, that's it. No, I know. Oh, we'd be in trouble. We'd be getting a lot of points. Ball loose, and guess what? Stovall, the freshman, comes away with it. 3-on-3 developing. Stovall hit a spring, pass to the corner, knocked away. And Mo Baez says, how is that not a travel or a double dribble?
Yeah, you know, that's fair from Mo. He has a right to be very angry with this one. I kind of announced or jinxed the refs a little bit here. You get a look at the travel. I said I didn't disagree with any of their call. That's travel.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a 1-point game. Jungleers trying to take the lead. 90 seconds left in this contest. It's been a dandy.
Yes, it has. An absolute battle from both sides. Fordson, you know, being able to bring the pressure on defense here.
Corner kick, three, no good. Just off the mark from Brooks. Racing the other way. Blew the bunny. Hussein Abdul Sader blew it.
Yeah.
Still a 1-point game.
That's not the shot you want if you're Fordson. You got to control the basketball and take some time off.
That's right. We got a timeout, Southeastern. 1:07 to go. We'll keep it right here. I mean, this is a one-win team in Southeastern, not playing like that at all, Austin. I mean, it's all maybe coming together right now for Southeastern, regardless of what the final result will say.
Yeah, and you know, talking to Coach Payne last night,
late night. Was this at 3 a.m.?
I believe it was 1 a.m.
Okay.
1 a.m.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But he was adamant that this team is trying to change. They're trying to build something here. They're trying to build a culture, and it takes a while to adjust to that. And you see they play high-intensity, high-pressure defense. That's not something you're going to come into this season just ready to do. Unfortunately, you know, especially with how high school seasons start nowadays, you start a little bit later than a lot of teams or a lot of places, and it's hard to be prepared early in the season when you play that kind of defense. I mean, look at a team like another example, North Farmington. You know, they came out, they've struggled a little bit early. They got new pieces in, but they play that high-intensity press defense.
Right.
And when you do that, you got to get adjusted. You got to get conditioned. That's really the big thing is you got to be conditioned.
Well, yeah, and to your point, you also need depth, you know, like a Cass Tech that play that high-pressure, full-court type defense. And Southeastern's shown a little more depth maybe than we thought coming in.
For sure, for sure. At least a couple big guys that can get up and down the floor and play significant minutes.
Right. I mean, they've got three bigs that we've seen that are, you know, noteworthy pieces in the middle.
For sure.
Boy. Near throwaway by Stovall. So, what do? Do you go for the last shot? 5 team fouls, by the way, for the Jungleers, just 1 for Fordson. Kick, dead spot left.
Yeah, I think you do work for this last shot here. I think that's what you want.
In the corner, Harden. He's been the playmaker. But so is this fellow, McCormick, and we've got a blocking foul. That's just the second team foul with 27.5 seconds left. Fordson has 2 more fouls to give, leading by 1.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be shocked if I saw them give both of those fouls just on plays like that, playing hard-nosed defense, not giving them any easy buckets. That's the last thing you want to do right now.
Yep. .18 seconds left. McCormick to the right point, the freshman Stovall. Could he be the hero? Left point, McCormick bumped, and there's one of the fouls. They've got 1 more to give, Austin, with 10.5 seconds left. Jungleers got to make a decision now what they're going to do offensively. What would you like to see him draw up?
You know, I go to your best play. Go to your best play, whether that's a pick and roll, whether that's, you know, a dribble drive with guys in the corner. Whatever it is, you go to your best play.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds to Renaissance High School for the finale. It's a 1-point game. Don't go anywhere. We're the Prep, proud to be in Detroit at Renaissance High School for the PSL Holiday Classic.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
53-52. The Jungleers down 1. They're going to get the final shot. Harden will have it in his hands to trigger. Keyshawn Harden to trigger. 1 foul to give for the Tractors. The Tractors once led by 15 in this game, and McCormick is fouled with 9.3 seconds left. Now, they had 1 foul to give. 14 fouls, 1 more, and it will be 2 free throws.
Yeah, that's probably not the foul Coach Baez drew up to give. He wanted them to get the ball in bounds for a few seconds, burn a couple seconds, and then give that foul.
Yep. Tough getting it in. Now they do. McCormick across the timeline. The freshman with it is tripped and fouled with 6 seconds left. A trip and a foul. It was inadvertent, but it's going to send the Jungleers line right with a chance to take the lead. It would be just their second lead in this game, and it just might be a chance to win this game and steal one here at Renaissance.
Yeah, you know, it's a bit of a ticky-tack foul, but they've been calling it all game. It's a little bit of a trip there, and you know, that they're going to call it. They've been doing it all game. They're going to be consistent.
It was the right call.
It absolutely was.
Some substitutions perhaps after this, but it's going to send Dorian McCormick, and maybe the biggest free throws in his young varsity basketball career, the sophomore to shoot 2. This one would tie it, and he didn't. 1 more coming with his team down 1. They trailed by 15 points at halftime. Can the Jungleers make the comeback here?
You can feel it in the gym that they want. Everybody wants it to happen, but is it? Is that what's going to happen?
Who knows? Yeah, you know, the underdog team starts to get the neutral crowd now all of a sudden. Whistle and a timeout. And Fordson trying to get themselves hyped. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, that's a smart timeout from Coach Baez. He knows there's a sophomore on the line on the other side, and he's going to make him think about it because, you know, the more you think, the more pressure builds, the harder it is to perform in spots like that.
Yep, for sure. So looking at the numbers in this game, 11 points for Harden leads the way for Southeastern, 10 for Evans off the bench. Dawson with 8. They've spread it out. The Jungleers have shot 43% in the game, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, where they just missed a free throw that would have tied the game. Meanwhile, Fordson is led by 15 from Darwish, 12 from Adjelnabi, and 10 from Dabaji. And they have shot 39% in this game. They've been limited by the Jungleers. So, what's important to remember here with one free throw for Southeastern to tie it?
You know, make or miss, you got to get up on defense. You got to get up on defense. You got to be aggressive. Try to do it without fouling, because obviously you don't want to send Fordson to the line. Plus, this is a miss, and then the situation changes, and you send the guy to the line.
Right on. No timeouts either way. This is to tie the game. McCormick has done it. We're tied at 53, 6 seconds left, no timeouts, and a whistle and a horn and a substitution. McCormick will check out. Checking back in is Jordan Brooks for defensive purposes. Full court. They'll take, Jungleers will come all the way out to half court now.
Bit of a crafty substitution there by Coach Payne. He knows, you know, you get the shooter substitution. If he makes it, that's going to stop everything.
Yeah, you get a chance to coach from the sideline. It's very smart. So, here we go. The longest non-timeout we've seen in a long time.
That would be because the clock is now at 63 seconds.
Ah, okay. Where's Weave? We need the three-man weave.
You know, it's evident we're missing.
Yeah.
We're missing him.
Yeah. All right. So 6.3 seconds to go. Now, if you're Fordson, where do you want to get the ball right now, and where do you want the shot to get off?
Well, you want the ball in your best shooter's hands right now. You want the ball in Adam Darwish's hands. You want your point guard to get open. You want him at the line if the situation arises. And you want him to have the open shot. You really want him to make the decision. He's been the one that's kind of had the offense go from the get-go today. So he's the one you want to have the ball.
The other thought here, of course, without pressure, and James Wu Payne deciding to back off a little bit, or at least showing that here, it gives Fordson a chance to get the ball in easily in the first few seconds. No challenge rolling the seconds off early on. So, I mean, would you like to see a ball pressure in this situation defensively for the Jungleers early?
You know, I'd like to see a ball feint pressure, you know, kind of show pressure a little bit, but keep your positioning. Don't overextend, because if you get out of position, you're going to give him an open shot at the other end. That's the press break. That's a traditional press break. You know, it leads to a layup most times, and that's not what you want to give up right now. You want to force an outside shot or a turnover.
Right. Adjelnabi will trigger, and when the clock winds down to 6.3 seconds, we're going to resume play. And that's 6.8. It's not 6.5, but 6.3. Hey. Here we go. Adjelnabi to trigger. 6 seconds to go. Tie game. Are we headed to overtime? Who will be the hero for the Tractors? Inbound. Kick back to Darwish at the horn for three. No. Shot off the heel. The dead spot right. Shot no good for Adjelnabi. We're headed to overtime for the first time in PSL Holiday Classic history here on the Prep. How about that final play and shot?
You know, that's definitely not what the coach drew up, but, you know, you get the shot off, you give it a chance. It was closer to going in than what we thought it would be when on release.
Free basketball on the Prep in Game 3. Thanks for sticking with us. We're back right after these.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Chad Bush, Austin Sonnenberg with you. 53-all in a game that saw a 15-point lead by Fordson washed away thanks to the resolve of James Wu Payne and the Jungleers.
Yeah, now you got a fresh ball game. It's a whole new ball game. It just only lasts 4 minutes, and we'll see who can come out on top here.
Hardin with 11 points to lead the way. Evans with 10. I don't think we've seen Evans even in this game for most of the stretch. And then you also have 8 points for McCormick.
8 points in the clutchest free throw we've seen all Holiday Classic, that's for sure.
Sure was. Split the pair to tie it. Tip won by the Jungleers and kicked away and lost out of bounds by Brooks. So there is some foul trouble. Hardin with 4, Evans with 4. Evans is on the bench. 4 for Darwish for Fordson. He's been their top scorer. Right wing. Dabaji. Spin, mid-post, jump shot, good. Agil Nabi with a bucket, 55-53. Fordson strikes first in OT.
Yeah, that's a clean, assertive move. I'm going to get to my spot. I'm going to take my shot.
Agil Nabi in this game now with 14 points as the second high scorer. Left corner 3 is long, and the throw ahead by Abdelstater, and the lay-in is good.
Al-Janabi making his presence known here in overtime.
And the energy of the Tractors defensively starting to pick up. And with a minute gone by in OT, they certainly feel like they have the upper hand right now, as McCormick will check back into the lineup for Southeastern.
Yeah, he's been a momentum play. I mean, it almost seems like every time he's on the floor, Southeastern kind of has the momentum and then checks out, and there it goes.
Yep. I've had the luxury of having a couple point guards run the show. Ball pressure. Southeastern looking for their first points in OT. James Wu Payne says, let's reset, restart. We'll keep it right here. 4-point Tractor lead. And 4 big points in this overtime from Agil Nabi to get them out to this fast start in OT.
Yeah, Coach Payne was clearly not happy with what was happening on the offensive end right there. His team was stagnant, and you can't break a zone if nobody's moving.
Yep. So after this one, there's more basketball. The Lady Phoenix of Detroit Renaissance will take on Carmen Ainsworth. Jamie's got a GPS on the Ainsworth bus, and they're here. They're here. Jamie says they're here. All right. We'll have a game. We aren't scrimmaging. That game's off.
Darn.
Detroit Western and Romulus will be the 6 o'clock game as we switch over back to the boys' side, and then Renaissance against Country Day in the finale. That'll happen right around 7:45 tonight. We've got overtime for the first time in the Holiday Classic this year. And the Tractors with a 4-point lead as their bench gets into their clap mode. Backdoor cut, short corner left, dribble drive reverse, lay in, good! Hot knife through butter. That's Keyshawn Hardin, the senior guard.
That is an impressive finish at the rim. The ability to go up and under, avoid the defender, spin it off the glass with the perfect English.
13 points to lead the way for Hardin to go with 7 dimes. And that's a travel. Mustafa got busted for it. 2:05 to go. Chance to tie or take the lead for the Jungleers.
Yeah, and Hardin, he's been effective scoring the ball today, but you mentioned it just now, 7 assists. he's been even more impressive passing the ball.
He really has. Creative. 2 minutes to go. They are going to blitz the 10th grader. Little 2-3 zone by Fordson. Dribble drive, pass down low, there's just no room. And that's because of Debaji, who goes coast to coast, lost it, and McCormick touched it on that end line. Fordson gets it back, ball out of bounds, baseline left, 97 seconds left in OT.
Yeah, you could see the crowd kind of calling for a foul there on the baseline. I don't know that I disagree with them, got him on the face a little bit there.
Left corner, Debaji. Fordson says we're going to run some clock too. Right point to left point. This is Bobo Diallo. Now back to Darwish. Fordson clinging to a 2-point lead. They led by 15 at the break. The Jungleer avalanche that started in the second.
Yeah, and I think Fordson's going to be content to just hold the ball the rest of the game here.
Double bonus time. Rip, drive, paint, kick, left corner, 3-ball, off the glass. And Abdul Nabi gets the biggest offensive rebound of his young season. And we got a foul on Southeastern. 2 shots coming. Fouls on Harden. That is his 5th, I believe.
Yeah, and if it is, for sure, that's a big loss for the Jungleers. He's been really the motor and the engine that's made this offense and defense go today.
And
there's a bit of contention here on Harden believing he's only got 4.
Yeah. So Harden will have to check out. James Wu Payne is going to take up all the time he can. Jungleers are out of timeouts.
Yeah, and that's frustrating for the player. It really is. You know, you make it through regular time. You don't foul out. You get to your 4 fouls. You play smart enough. Make it almost to the end of overtime, and here comes your 5th foul. But in possibly the biggest moment of the game.
Yep. So James Payne has yet to put in his 5th player. As we await 2 free throws for the Tractors, who have a 2-point lead with 41.5 seconds left. And Stovall's coming back into the game. So, here we go. Anthony Randall and Joseph Ross are the assistants under James Wu Payne. First free throw up and good. Full possession lead now with a free throw by Mustafa Ajilnabi. 18 points now in this game to go with 7 rebounds. Leading G, you would think. But chicken left on the bone, 36 seconds left. Jungleers down by 4. Stovall, the freshman, throws it away. Picked off by Darwish. And now it's foul mode for the Jungleers, down by 2 possessions. They nearly get a steal on that far sideline.
Yeah, it felt like Darwish was kind of holding the ball for him to get fouled and maybe go to the free throw line, and then kind of panicked there at the end and almost threw the ball away.
He did. 18 seconds left. Down 4 in overtime. And finally a foul and a tackle. And wow, okay. A little bit of feelings both ways. And hey, look, I didn't understand what was happening either, but let's get another look at the extracurriculars. I don't know if the player was falling forward. I don't know what was happening after this play.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed a bit overdramatic maybe with the stumble, but then to make something out of nothing and shove back there and, you know, and come at the coach like that.
Right. Not good.
No, not a good look for sure.
So 10.5 seconds left. You'd like to see this game finish without any shenanigans. It's been a great game. Well coached, well played.
That it has. It looked rough early, but that Southeastern's ability to battle back and, you know, come together as a team really and play together offensively and defensively has been really the story of this game.
Yeah. Abdul Nabi with one more. Mustafa Al-Janabi, the 6'2" senior in prime position for the G of the Game award, knocks it home. 5-point game, 10 seconds left. Jungleers need a miracle. 3 ball, short, and this ball game is over. 60-55. The win goes to the Tractors in overtime. It was not always easy, but the Tractors, who once had a 15-point lead, saw it go away. Southeastern had a brief lead by a point, but in the end, the Tractors pull it out in overtime. Good fight by both teams. We're back with our G of the Game highlights and much, much more from the PSL Holiday Classic, the Detroit Renaissance, right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
The Tractors of Dearborn Fordson win it in overtime by 5. And a guy that was a key part of that win, their high score with 19 points, 8 rebounds. Mustafa El-Janabi, congratulations, you're our G of the game, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
You had to do this in extra time. And I know having a 15-point lead at halftime, you had to feel like you had it maybe in the bag. But how does it feel to have to be forced into overtime and then you get redemption in the end with the win?
It was a challenge. It was a challenge, but for sure, I think we were prepared and ready. This whole week we've been practicing, and we came out with the dub. Yes, sir.
Free throws important always. You knocked down 7 of 8 to really clinch it in OT. What was it about overtime where you took over and you knew that things had to get done?
I mean, we just had to win. This is a must-win game for us. And then we practice free throws all day in practice. Like half an hour shooting free throws, so we can't miss those. Those are important.
Moving forward, what's the goal here? You play in the KLAA East. It's a tough, challenging conference. What's ahead for you guys this season?
I mean, we trying to win the whole league. Trying to win the whole league. You know, it's a goal every single year. That's how it is, yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining
Yes,
us.
sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our G of the game, Mr. Mustafa El-Janabi from Dearborn Fordson. They win it by 5. We're coming back with more coverage from the Holiday Classic of the PSL on the Prep right after this.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. Chad Bush with you from Detroit Renaissance, the PSL Holiday Classic. 3 games in the books. This was the best we've had all tournament long. Fordson and Southeastern. The resolve of Southeastern under James Wu Payne was impressive. They fall by 5 in overtime. Also, the resilience of Fordson was impressive. You blow a 15-point lead, which they had at halftime, and they're able to withstand it with guys like El-Janabi with his 19-point effort, Darwish with his 15-point effort, and 10 for Navaji in this game. Meanwhile, can't say enough about the fight of the Southeastern Jungleers. They end up with 13 points, 7 assists from Keyshawn Harden, 10 points from Evans, and really a great floor game as well from Jordan Brooks, 7 points, and a complete team effort for Southeastern. They'll have a lot to say in the PSL, but for now it's time to say goodbye. And so long to Game 3. It goes to the Tractors, who win it by a score of 60-55. For my partner, Austin Sonnenberg, my name's Chad Bush, saying so long from the PSL Holiday Classic.